Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back here at Fort Pierce, Florida at the Regal Chrysler Jeep Ram, checking out this brand new 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4xe. That's the first electrified Jeep Wrangler ever, so I'm super excited. I haven't driven it yet, so you're gonna go on the drive with me at the end of this video. But before we do that, we're gonna check out the exterior, interior, jump inside of it, play with some cool and interesting features. So if you're ready, let's go. Well guys, the Wrangler really doesn't need an introduction. It actually has been around since 1945, even though it didn't have the name Wrangler back there. It was a CJ, CJ5, CJ7, and then 1987 it actually adopted the name Wrangler. And then we had several generations of it. So we had the YJ, we had the TJ, we had the JK, and now this newest generation one, it's called the JL. And that started in 2018, and it's by far, in my opinion, the best, the largest, the most luxurious Jeep that you can buy, that combines the off-road capability with the on-road comfort, which is very, very hard to achieve. It is also the only, right now, the 4xe is the only open-air electric vehicle that is available for sale. So I'm super excited to show it to you today, and we're going to start right in front of here so you can see that there's really virtually no differences when you look at the front of this vehicle between this and the gasoline version of it. It still has this nice hood. You have these trim that you can actually lay your front windshield down on it. This is what these are for. And then you have the fenders that are the same color as the rest of this vehicle. By the way, they call this color the Hydra Blue. It's one of the nicest color Jeep has to offer, and it is a premium color. But the good part about the premium colors for Jeep, that it is only $295. Part of the 4xe package also is the standard LED lights, which normally you'd pay about $1,000 to upgrade them to the LED lights. And part of the Sahara, which this one is, you can see this kind of polished aluminum inlays around these lights, as well as on the inside of this 7-slot vertical grille. Such an iconic grille for Jeep brand. You can see the turn signals on the fenders. Okay, that's new. If you look at this and you look at the Jeep having these, this is the JL model. Now you see two recovery hooks on this bumper. Now the recovery hooks on the Rubicon would be painted in blue on the 4xe, and red if it's just a regular gasoline version. What do we have? We have some fog lights in here. The bumper is plastic, so this is not an off-roady bumper, and it does have what it looks like, a plastic skid plate. You need to go on to the Rubicon to get to the bumper that is actually a metal bumper. So we'll move to the side. Before we move to the side, I'm gonna pop this hood open, and you do it just like on the very, very old Jeep. They still have the same way of opening it up, and we'll see what powers up this thing. Let's take a look at the power plant of this 4xe. So what you can see right here, it's a Jeep 2.0 liter engine, so that's all right and fine. And then you can see this little orange wire that's going from the charging port to somewhere, and that's going to the electric motor that's wedged between the engine and the transmission, and that allows this vehicle to be in the fully electric mode. As a matter of fact, Jeep says that it can go up to 25 miles in the fully electric mode, which really bumps up it gas mileage range. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So let's talk about the specs on it. 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. It is the most powerful Jeep. Well, it was until the 392 came out, but it also, combined with the 8-speed automatic transmission, allows this vehicle to go 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, which is insane for this shape of a vehicle. Well guys, the nicest part of any Jeep Wrangler, it's the ability to do just this. No top, no doors, you can remove those, and you have a basically naked vehicle, which is so cool. You can't do it with many other vehicles. Now there's a Ford Bronco, but that's the only other one that I know that can do what this one does. Okay, so with the Sahara model, Jeep figured out that not everybody's gonna take this Jeep off-road, but a lot of people like the idea of having the Jeep, like the idea of taking the doors off, the top off, you know, the putting the windshield down and stuff like this. And they wanted to appeal to wider audiences. So this is not new. This is dating back into the 90s when the first Sahara was introduced, but this is the more polished, the more street Jeep than the off-road Jeep. It's still capable, it's still gonna take you out of mud or snow if you get stuck, but you know, these tires, if you look at them, look at the wheels, they're 20-inch wheels. By the way, nice design, not for this Jeep. Like, in my opinion, I'd much rather have the smaller wheels with the knobby tires. So if it was me buying it, I'd probably go for the Rubicon or the Overland edition, or maybe just get the regular Jeep and go with the off-road package, what Jeep has for 2022 with the 35-inch tires, which in my opinion just look better on the Jeep. But nevertheless, if you're not the person that's going to take it off-road or on the trail, you can definitely go for that. It's going to feel much better on the road, I can guarantee you that. Love the color on it. This is different. This is new for 4xe. Of course, this is the charging port that you plug it in. If you plug it into your regular household outlet, it will take you about 12 hours to charge it from 0 to 100%. A lot shorter if you have it at the stage 2 charger. Trail rated Sahara, Jeep and Wrangler. Now what's different about it, which you won't see on this vehicle because it's blue as it is, the sides of the Jeep are blue, the trail rated badge is blue, and the Wrangler Unlimited, that sticker right here, that's blue. But because all car is blue, this one doesn't pop out as much as on the different colors. You can still take the doors off of it. You have the screws right here, the nuts right here, and then the toolkit comes with the Jeep, so it's pretty cool. I even give you a little diagram of how to take that off. Even the quarter panels right here come off. This one has this one-touch opening roof, which, you know, it's convenient. I don't think that would be the option that I would go with. I'd probably go just with the soft top here in Florida and keep it off most of the year. What else we have? We have the mirrors, of course, the door handles, they're blacked out, they're matte black. It does have the keyless entry system. There's a little button right here. I can lock and unlock this vehicle. It does have a sensor on the inside, so if I want to unlock it, just put my hand in it. What's different about this than, let's say, a Ford Bronco that we just did, that if you take the doors off, the mirrors come with the doors. So if you're planning on doing that, you better get a kit, the mirror kit that the Jeep offers, that you can get, and the mirrors are actually going to stay on here. So love it. Square design. Okay, love the color of it. Maybe not so much the wheels, but let's move on to the back and check it out from there. Okay, so let's check out the back of it. I like how square it is. I really like the Jeeps. If you watch my channel, I always like the square vehicles, the G-Wagon, the Jeep, the Bronco, all that stuff. And there's no difference with this one. Now, if it was me, I don't really care about the color coordinated roof. I think it would actually make it look nicer if it didn't have it, if it had a black one. My choice would be the soft top, but if you live up north, if you live where there's snow and lots of rain, you probably would want to go with the hard top like this. So let's take a look at the lights. Nice big LED lights. Now those are much bigger on the JLs than the previous generations one. 4xe badge, that indicates that it's a plug-in hybrid. Third brake light, if you didn't know where we were at, it's a Rego, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Ford Pierce. And right in the middle of the spare tire, you have the rear view camera. So what else do we have here? We have some backup sensors on this bumper. The bumper is plastic. It does have the rear recovery hook, which is nice. It's got 2 up front, 1 in the back. And then does it have the tow package? This one doesn't have a tow package, but if it did have it, it would tow up to 3,500 pounds, which is nice. Well, let's pop this open and let's see how much room we have in the back. So first you swing the gate open and then you open the glass. Don't try doing it the other way. It won't work, trust me. Hey, let's check out the roominess in here. It does have a little bit of room. I mean, you're not going to move an apartment in here, but definitely you can throw some gear in here. And if you're going camping, maybe put a tent, some mattresses and all that stuff. Alpine stereo, big subwoofer right in the back here. What else do we have here? Now, Jeep supplies you with this nice tote with the home charger, so you can plug this into your household electrical outlet and you can charge it yourself. 12 hours to fully charge it, but you know, definitely worth it if you're not doing a lot of daily driving. You can actually do it on the electric drive only, which is a nice thing. Now underneath here you have a little bit of more storage, and here's different. I haven't seen that one before. It says door hinges right here, so that's your storage for the door hinges. Okay, on the roof hinges, I believe, right? And the windshield, not sure what that is, but hey, that's what it says right there. Underneath here you have your jack for your to lift up the vehicle. You can take it out and then put it back in and lock it. So what else do we have? We have a 12-volt outlet. Okay, and this is it. This is your Jeep in the back. Okay, so if you're concerned about not having too much room in the back, you're probably right. I mean, this one doesn't really have too much room. I do have this seat. I like to drive comfortably. I'm 6 feet tall, so I have the seat pushed up almost all the way back. But if I'm sitting behind the driver and they have the seat like this, I'm actually touching my knees to the back of the seat. Now it is a little bit indented inside, so if I'm sitting right here, it'd be more comfortable, but still not a huge room in here. Now if the roof was on, I'd still have about maybe 2 inches above my head, so this is not horrible. But if you were any taller than that, you'd probably have some issue with your headroom as well. And then 2 people can fit comfortably. Third one would be squeezed in. Interior, let's check it out together. Okay, actually a pretty good solid materials on it. This is all soft plastic. This is nicely padded for your armrest. Okay, aluminum trimmed door handle, and then you have a net right underneath here, so if you want to throw something inside of here. Now the doors are pretty light because you have to take them off once in a while, so that's why they also don't have the window controls in here. The window controls are actually right in the middle console and right here. See, these are your window controls, and then you have your connectivity, so 2 USB-Cs, 2 USBs, and the regular 115 watt 115 volt power outlet right here. So that's your console right here. You also have the vents for the back AC and the seat pockets in the seat. Now I like the leather on it. Okay, it is, like I always tell about Jeeps, it's nice and it looks durable. It looks real leather, so thanks for doing that, Jeep. And the one different thing about this, well, before we do that, let's check it out. See, this is with the roof open. The roof is open all the way, so you have all of this open air inside of here, which is pretty nice. Now it does say it's 4xe right on here. Okay, and you can see that there is a battery that's hiding underneath the seats. It's also important to mention that with the 4xe you still have the forging depth of about 30 inches, so you can go in the water 30 inches. If you go above it and the battery gets wet and you damage it, it's not going to be covered under the factory warranty. So that's an important thing to know. Okay, as always, let's check out how this sounds. Okay, so it sounds like a Jeep. Okay, we're not going to compare it to Mercedes or, you know, even Honda or anything that's mainstream. But like I said, the doors got to be light, and because they are removable. So what's on these doors? Since the door come with the mirrors, the mirror controls are actually on the door, as well as the lock control in here. The window controls are in the middle console. I'm going to show it to you as well. And then at the bottom here, you have a little bit of storage compartment. You do have, see, the Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in into the Adventure, which is really nice. I'll tell you about some of the advantages when we get on the inside of why would you want to go with the electric one versus the gasoline. So let's take a look. It does have manual controls, but it does have, so You can raise the seat, you can lower it, you can also adjust the tilt of the bottom portion of it. Sahara, that's basically embossed or embroidered into the seat, and we're gonna get on the interior to show you more details of it. Guys, we're on the interior of this Jeep. I gotta tell you, if it was a previous generation or 2 generations ago, that review on the inside would take less than a minute because there was just nothing here. Now look how nice they made it. Now, especially on the hybrid, there's a few different buttons on here, and we're gonna start with the ones that are actually on the side right here. You could probably hear the regular mode just kicked in because it needed more power for the AC, but those 3 buttons, you can only find it obviously on the electric vehicle. 3 different buttons: hybrid, which is basically the default mode; electric, when I push that in, it's going to go into fully electric mode, so it's going to deplete the battery the fastest. And then e-save, this is the mode where you're actually saving the electric battery. So let's say you're going to the trail and you want to go off-roading on the electric mode only, which gives you that low-end torque right away, so it's good for rock crawling and all that stuff. Plus you want really the animals won't hear you, so you can get closer to them. Well, at least that's the idea. So you can hit that, and that's going to be mostly in the gasoline mode. So 3 different modes right here, and then this is for your gas tank right here. So you also have your light controls, and then you have your Jeep steering wheel. I'm going to put it back in the hybrid mode once I close it, so I'm going to not deplete the battery too much, and you could hear the regular engine just kicked in. Nice steering wheel. I really like it. It's nice to the touch. It's the right thickness. It is feels good. It's leather wrapped. It does have this contrast stitching on here. It does have a bunch of buttons on which side. This one controls the basically what's going on the screen in the middle, and then it controls the phone, so it's got the voice control in here. And this side right here, it's basically for your cruise control and the dynamic cruise control. Okay, so as far as the gauges itself, so you can see they're actually analog gauges. On one side you can see the RPMs, right? So on this side is your tachometer, and on this side is basically a kind of like your electric tachometer. That basically tells you whether the battery is producing power or is it charging right now. And then you have the gauges right there. You have the temperature gauge, and then you have the fuel gauge on the other side, and in the middle, that screen, you say the speedometer is right there. You also say it says 18.2 average miles per gallon, 269 mile range, okay, 10 miles on fully electric. That's what it says right there. It also says that the battery is 34% charged. So let's see what else do we have as far as on the screen. So you have 10 different screens. Messages, okay, so you have a Wu-Tang Clan is playing right here, right? Then you have your trip info, hybrid info. So hybrid mode that automatically adapts for most efficient driving. Switch it to electric, saves fuel for later use. And then e-save mode saves battery for later use. That's basically what I was telling you about that. Now let's go back. Energy economy, okay, tells you current, range. So if you have this on, that gives you all the information that you want to know. Adaptive cruise control. Okay, so this is for your driver assist. There's several different options. Off-road, okay, so you have the drivetrain, little picture of that. And then if you move the steering wheel, you can see how this angles are shifting. And vehicle info, tire pressure, and back to the speedometer. So this is all that you can change inside of here. In case you love the screen, 8-inch screen, really makes a difference. You have all the apps right here. You have your navigation button, okay, loading navigation. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, not such great as the new Uconnect 5, but still a nice map. And here, okay, what do we have here? We have the controls for the heated seats, heated steering wheel. Take a look at the backup camera. Nice and bright, good quality. There's not 360. I don't think this one does have the front camera. I know the off-road package might have the front camera as well. But we'll see when we start driving. Navigation again. Okay, by the way, any of these icons, if you don't like where they at, like you grab it like on your phone and you move it, okay? So see, I just moved the climate control from here to here. We'll switch that with the navigation. Okay, what else do we have? Settings, you can customize any of those. Lots of different settings in here. But what's important? So let's take a look at the apps. because I like these. I like the off-road pages. Probably take a while for them to load, because that is takes a while. By the way, it's 68 degrees out in Florida right now, and people are wearing jackets. I kid you not, I saw some people wearing jackets this morning, and we're in January. All right, so basically these are off-road pages. You can see the drivetrain, steering angle. If I move the steering wheel, it tells you where I'm at. It tells me where I'm in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. So like right now it's a 2H, so 2 high. If I wanted to put it 4H right there, I can move this auto right here, transfer case. Okay, so you can do it manually, you can change it, and that's gonna show you this. Now, accessory gauges, it's got a bunch of temperature readings: oil temperature, coolant, battery voltage, trans temperature, oil pressure. Also gives you the longitude, latitude, and we are 1 feet above sea level. On the Jeep Cherokee, that a Grand Cherokee that I did, we're 90 feet below sea level. Pitch and roll, okay, so we're pretty straight up right now, but that's important when you're going off-roading. So love these pages right here. Let's go back to the apps. Let's see what else we have. Market. Can we buy something? I'm sure that's connected to. You connect market. Oh, you can do this. You can buy some apps basically. Probably right there. Connected services not active. Brand new car. Okay. Driver heat, passenger heat, projection manager. So there you go. You can enable projection for the phones, paired audio sources. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I believe there's still wired one, not wireless. Climate controls, nav, phone, hybrid electric. Let's take a look at this. This is a typical for the plug-in hybrid. And what you can see, it's basically where that energy is coming from. So it's coming from the battery right now, because I am in electric mode. If you put it in the e-save, let's say it's going to kick on the engine right here, or if I'm gonna just basically press the accelerator, and then you can see that e-save mode right now, that's enabled. Engine 2 kilowatts, battery -1 kilowatt. So that's basically what's using the power right now. Driving history, charging schedule. It's pretty cool. You can enable schedule weekdays 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. So basically this is what, like, if you have this vehicle plugged in, and let's say your nighttime kilowatt hours are cheaper than the daytime, so you plug it in at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, you go to sleep, but it won't start charging till, let's say, after 10 p.m. when the peak rates are not going to be in effect no more. So that's actually a pretty cool feature. E-save mode preserves the current hybrid battery, so that's where we're in right now. I'm going to go to electric mode. So this is it. This is your controls right there. Underneath here you have a shortcuts, basically same as on the other Jeeps. I like the way they do the knobs. They're nice. You can use them with the gloves on. These are more off-roady, rugged now modes. So one thing that's different on this one is this button right here. This is the max regeneration on. Basically that kind of enables like almost a 1-foot driving. So when you drive this vehicle and you let off of the accelerator, it's going to start braking, because it's going to start maximal regeneration on the battery. So it actually charges the battery on the vehicle, slowing down when you're braking. That's pretty cool. What else do we have underneath here? This is your window controls. See, the window controls are not on the doors, they're right here, and then you can lock it out if you don't want the kids to play around with it. 12-volt power outlet, media, USB-C, USB, auxiliary outlet, and this is it. Okay, a little bit of storage. Then you have your transfer case, basically 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, etc. I like this. I like how this looks like almost a fighter jet. You gotta push the red button. It's not shooting any bullets, but push the red button to start moving. Okay, put it in drive, and it does have the manual mode, by the way. Okay, so you can use that as well. Regular parking brake, cup holders, storage. This one is lockable right here. See, it's got a lock in here, so you can lock this. If you have the top off and you're parking, you don't have to worry too much about people stealing your stuff. All right, and it's got this itty bitty tiny bitty little glove box right here. This is it. This is the interior of it. I'm really excited because that's my favorite part that's coming up. I'm gonna take it for a spin. Well guys, it's exciting. I'm about to take this thing for a spin. I have the radio playing a little bit. By the way, nice stereo system, nice bass in there. That's what you need. Top off, beautiful palm trees on the outside. You can go to the beach. I'm dreaming again. Now back to work. Where were I? Okay, let's talk about pricing a little bit. So let's talk about the 4xEs, because let's leave the regular Jeeps alone. I'm actually waiting for the 2022s to come out, so I'll take a look at the Rubicon hopefully. So the 4xEs come with 3 different models. 3: Sahara, Rubicon, and high altitude. The Sahara is the cheapest one. This is the one that we're sitting in right now, and it starts at $52,530. However, the one that we're sitting in right now has this very expensive roof. That roof is like $4,200. So the sticker price on this particular one is $61,000. Now, $56,000 starting price on the Rubicon, $58,000 on the high altitude, and those are the only 3 options that we have. So they're not cheap. However, they do qualify for $7,500 tax credit if you live in the US and you buy it brand new from a dealership. So what that means that your cost could be by $7,500 less. Now, however, that's tricky too, because the way I understand that is that's only if you owe on taxes. Is it, or does it take effect when you to reduce your taxable income? Because if that was the case, if it reduced your taxable income by $7,500, then your effective savings would be just a percentage of your tax that you're paying. So let's say if you're in the, I don't know, I'm just shooting 25% bracket, then you'll be 25% of $7,500. If that would wipe off the taxes owed to the government, you would only be able to take a full advantage of it if you owed $7,500 or more on taxes. Other than that, you know, if you owed $5,000, the government's not going to cut you a check back for $2,500 just because you qualify for $7,500 savings. Now, there is a link on Jeep's website where you can actually read up about it. That's somewhat confusing, but you probably should consult with your CPA of how that works. But I know that this can be cheaper by using all the tax savings. Now, the vehicle is in hybrid mode. I'm going to leave it like this, and we're going to start going. Okay, if I keep it at the low speed, I believe we're going to be able to go in all electric mode for quite a distance. Now, the electric mode distance, it says right here, I have 9 miles range, which is not bad. It's kind of weird. Good weird. I mean, I think I'm gonna check out the turning radius in here. Okay, well, let's park it and let's turn this wheel all the way, and we're gonna see how many parking spaces it takes to flip it. So 1, 2, does the grass count? 3, 4. I couldn't resist. It's a Jeep, you have to go over stuff, you know. I wish there was an off-road trail park somewhere, or maybe when I buy my own Jeep, I'm definitely gonna take you guys on some drives here in some of the mud holes in Florida, and you know, take it for a quick drive and see how it drives, because that's the biggest difference. By the way, you know, the all-electric range, let's say it's 25 miles, right? So that actually adds to the gas mileage on it. Now, if you look at your gas mileage, the effective gas mileage is 49 miles per gallon. So if you're looking at a Jeep, it's a Jeep Wrangler, for crying out loud, 49 miles per gallon? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely awesome. And that was the first thing when I was looking at it, and I knew that was coming with the 4xE. I was really excited about it. A, for that. B, for the performance aspect of it, which we're going to check out right now. As soon as we get on the road, I'm going to see if the acceleration is good. Okay, let's do it. Okay, it took just a little bit for it to catch up as far as the electric engine and the gasoline engine kind of kicked in after just a while, but that's maybe because I was in all electric mode and then I floored it. But if I'm in the hybrid mode and the gasoline engine never is gonna shut off, then maybe we're gonna be in a better shape as far as checking this out. Okay, so we're gonna try it. The full circle right here. What I'm gonna do, it's probably not a very smart thing to do, but I'm gonna stop in here. Engine is running, let's go. It's definitely quick. It's definitely quick. You know, as far as the Jeep, I mean, this is not the most aerodynamic vehicle ever, let's face it. It's quick, it's got a great pickup. This roof makes a lot of noise, so if you're looking for a quiet ride or quieter ride, you might want to check out the regular hard top versus this one-touch roof, because you can definitely hear a lot of noise coming in to the vehicle on it. Now, I probably wouldn't mind. I'd probably have the roof open anyways and the music blasting if I wasn't working, but that's just me. That's what the Jeeps are for. They're not meant to be those plush vehicles. They're meant to be the off-roady and the rugged ones and the loud ones and the bouncy ones, which if you get into the TJs or YJs, you'll know what a bouncy means. Now these are a lot more smooth, they're a lot more polished than the other ones were. Anyways, guys, I love this vehicle. I really do. I mean, it wouldn't be my choice because, like I said, I would like to have the wheels and tires for the off-roady one, so the Rubicon probably would be my choice. Soft top and electric one is definitely not out of the question. Love the speed of it. Wow, don't expect that out of that. Now you can only get the same speed basically with the 392, but then you'll have to spend $70,000+ if you're lucky, if you get it, because there's usually a waiting list on those. So Rubicon 4xe, well, make me a deal. I just might buy it or lease it for that matter. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you made it that far into this video, hit that little subscribe button, helps me out a lot. Give me the like, pump me up a little bit, and until then, I will see you in my next video. Cheers.